Good evening, Smilofyans, and here we are back again with another rock star, Sanghmitra Dasgupta, Dr. Sanghmitra Dasgupta. She is, okay, I'm just going to quickly read it out because thoda sa na technical terms is, and I don't want to miss on anything. She is the managing director of CORE, maxillofacial surgeon, means head and neck surgeon, in short, simple words. India's first face and posture analyst with a lot of researchers on relationship between jaw and cervical spine. Interesting. Hello, welcome on board, Dr. Sanghmitra, and congratulations for being the Inspirational Woman Achiever of the year 2021.
Thank you so much, Priya. Thank you.
So, okay, tell me a little about this jaw and spine. It is very interesting.
It is very interesting, but I thought I should also talk about life per se. Do you think I have the liberty to do so?
Absolutely, you
Yeah.
talk about anything you want to.
All right. Thank you. So let me begin with I am born and raised in Shimla. That's in Himachal Pradesh. Yes. And the childhood memories are very fond memories, very good life, happy life. And then I came to South. I joined dental school, and that's where I met my husband. He was my teacher, Malayali Catholic,
Mhm.
and against my parents' approval and his parents' approval, we got married. And then eventually, I saw that the parents almost stopped communicating with me.
Mhm.
Um, that
Both set
yeah,
of
and
parents or
then
your parents?
sorry,
Both set of parents, your parents also stop communicating?
both set of parents, but mine more so.
Hmm.
But then that was the time I joined for my post graduation, and I
Mhm.
completed my maxillofacial surgery. And then we joined in a dental school. That was my husband joined as a head and professor, and I joined as an assistant professor.
Mhm.
And then life was very good for a year, and we thought of young couple, vibrant couple, lot of friends, and life was beautiful, and I couldn't have asked for anything more. But then it so happened, I mean, all good things come to an end, right? So there was
Okay, I think there is an issue with your
some
internet,
issue that,
Mitra. We are unable to hear you.
yeah, can you hear me? Yes.
Yes, you got stuck in between. Can you please start from all
Now is
good?
it clear?
You're stuck.
Am I on? Can you hear me
I can hear you, but you're stuck.
now?
Would you like to come on
Yeah, I'm
the
online.
phone?
I can see myself.
Would you? You can, but we can't.
Yeah.
Would you like to come on the phone? Can you come? Can you click on the phone and come on the link? If that's okay.
Okay, but then I can continue, right?
Hmm?
Can I continue talking?
No, you're getting stuck here on this thing. So would
Can
you
you hear
like to
me?
come? Yes, I can, but tukde tukde mein.
Tukde, tukde. Now, how do we piece it together?
Can you come over a phone?
Is there a way we could piece it together?
No.
I can. I can. One
Can you
second.
sign in from
One
your
second.
phone?
Let me say that again.
Can you
My
sign
phone
in
is
from
also
your phone?
behaving weird, man. I will sign again. Even phone, it is why this one is so bad. Connection so bad today.
Happens
Just a
sometimes.
second.
I was also praying my connection is fine today and tomorrow at least. Happens
Not happening.
sometimes. Not happening from the
Gosh, it's
phone?
Yeah, but even the mobile data is also not working. Yeah. Uh,
Okay, then there's something,
I'm trying
some
for the
issue.
phone from the phone. See, I have the phone in my hand, but somehow,
It's okay. Now you continue with your story. Let's see.
yeah,
Let's
this
see. To explain it,
Airtel
then I
is
will
giving us a lot of trouble.
reset. It's okay.
Am
It's
I
okay.
audible here?
Sangeeta. Yes, you are now. You're slightly better. Let's
So
go
shall
ahead.
I?
Yes,
All
continue.
right, better. Let's go ahead.
Yes.
All right.
So
So
all good
yeah,
things
so where
come to
I
an end.
was talking to you about the students, who had cleared. Yes, so there were some these students who had not cleared their, their undergraduate, in fact, in dentistry, and they requested. This is Abhi. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's okay. So yeah, it's okay. We are on. All right. So this is what happened. They couldn't clear the exam, and they requested to pass them in exam. But then
Hmm.
he said, no, you are going to be a
Hmm.
doctor, and then you can't just you'll be treating patients. So slowly these requests turned into threats. And actually speaking, we didn't take it really seriously. Exams got
Hmm.
over, and we kind of knew that they will not get through. And then when the results were out, then we found out that yes, all of them had flunked. So they kind of knew that as long as Joe is at the helm of affairs, they will never clear their dentistry. So then they started ganging up against
Hmm.
me with professional wounds, and Joe was conducting a class, and then they came to the classroom, in the college itself, and called him out, and they lashed the door from outside, and with a sugarcane knife they stabbed him, and immediately, he lost a lot of blood. He was rushed to the hospital, and then I was told that Dr. Joe is in hospital. I said I should be in a hospital as a surgeon. What is he doing in the hospital? But then I kind of knew that something has gone wrong, and then I rushed to the hospital and found out that I'm losing him. His blood pressure was very low. Almost 4 units of blood was transfused. He was in ICU for a couple of days, and then somehow he came back to life. And meanwhile, the moment everybody came to know that everything is fine, so all those so-called friends, Priya, they started telling me, you know what, doc, you should leave this place. I was adamant. I said, no way I'm going to leave this place, because Joe hasn't done anything wrong. Why would I leave
Hmm.
the place? Why would we leave the place?
Hmm.
So then it so happened, Priya, see how our society is. People started ganging up against me. Oh, she's a North Indian, that's why it happened. Christians would say, oh, she's a Hindu, that is why it happened. So I like, in what way am I involved? I had nothing to do with these things, but then, that's how people started blaming me. But then I stayed on my grounds. I said, no, I will fight it out. And then Joe
Hmm.
came back home, and then, for our luck, Priya, the superintendent of police and the person the officer who was handling this case, they turned out to be very honest people. So superintendent assured me, said, Doc, whatever it is, we will make sure that we will help you out. We know that there is a political involvement as well. So let's
Hmm.
what happened. Yeah, we fought that case for almost 4 years, and eventually we won. They say conviction rate in India is 1%. I think we were those lucky ones. The case was in our
Nice.
favor.
That's nice to hear. Huh.
Meanwhile, we resigned from the college, and I said, let's get into our practice. We started our
Hmm.
practice, and I bought whatever money we had, since there was no family support. Whatever money we had, we bought a practice. Now another challenge started. So because I bought the practice from an elderly gentleman, and here I was all 28, 29-year old, and people would say, like, see how the looks sometimes works against you. People would say, oh, very pretty girl, but we don't want any treatment. So I was like, people think that if you have good looks, you are good for nothing. And here I was like, oh, I should make my hair gray. I should put a makeup so that I look older. I should wear soda glasses. Those are the kind of things would go through my head. So it went on for good 1 year. But then after a year or so, one of the patient I treated, and this lady was so happy. She walked into this, found somebody really good. This girl is going to take over. Now you can retire. And from then on, it's not been, it changed my life completely. I owe it to her. She actually, the kind of support she gave me, even my parents did not give me that kind of support.
Wow.
So that's where
Wow.
actually it began. And this practice that I bought, that practice we had very high level clientele. So one of the client was a doctor. He's a one, he's an old pediatric surgeon, one of the oldest pediatric surgeon of Bangalore. So I was treating him, and I did something for him and really liked it. He said, "First time I feel that my mouth is good." So he said, "Can you do this?" I said, "No, this is against the science." There, Vandana. Okay. So she said that I have to the how do we remove this? All right. So I did something, and he said, "Can you fix this?" I said, "No, no, no. This is against science." He said, "No, no, no, do it for me." I said, "Only if you promise that you will not show it to anybody, because I don't want people to call me crack." Okay. So uh, after a week, I get a phone call from him, and he says, "I want to see you." And then I started fuming and fretting. I knew that it will break down because this is against the science, and you still did not listen to me. He said, "Hey, girl, listen to me. Ever since you have treated me, I used to get that ringing sensation in the ears that has completely disappeared. I'm sleeping better. Now, I did not know actually what I did and what it caused. So that was the starting point. Then a month later or two, he was celebrating his 50th wedding anniversary. So he had made, coffee table book like. So in that, he had his
Mhm.
whole life story. And then he brought that book to show me before and after picture. So after picture, after the treatment that I had done, he looked much younger, almost 10, 15 years younger. I
Wow.
still could not relate to it, but then he believed
Mm.
me. That's how the life begins. Then I had this trainer, and he was also a physiotherapist. So I used to ask him a lot of questions. He would tell me about the spine, how the core muscles should be strong. And then I would counter question him. I say, you know what, when I see all these guys lifting weight, whenever the weight is heavier or they want to be more effective, they clench their teeth. Don't you think there is a
Mm.
correlation? He said, no, 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 they should not do that. But I said, they are doing it. Then I
Mm.
would also look at the pictures, when the doctors are asking a woman when she's delivering a baby, and the
What
doctor
are you going
asks
to do?
you that push the baby, what
Mm.
do? You clench your teeth. So
Mm.
that's the
Mm.
force you're generating. So there was some connection. Then
Mm.
I said, but there was nobody to answer these questions. So then I went onto the net, I looked at the literature, I found a whole lot of things. Then there was another thing I always used to ask everybody, why is it that when a child is 6 to 7 year old, the first molar tooth comes in the mouth, not the front one? Why is it like that? So nobody had this answer for me. Then again, I started looking into the literature. So I found out that this too, the spine formation completes by 5 to 6 years of age, when the child is 5 to 6 year old. Okay, and now this spine requires a stabilization. Next spine, that is cervical spine, which we call. So that's when the first molar tooth will come into the mouth, and there is a tripoding effect. There is a bone which is surrounding the spine, and the teeth, when the teeth together, when you close your teeth and they come together, that's when it's a tripoding effect, and the next spine is stabilized. So there was one of the
Mm.
literature also showed that how if this relationship in the jaw between the grinders, if it is not correct, how head can fall forward or can fall back or go sideways. Like Devanand, if you see, he could never keep his head straight. It was always to one side. It was a style
Yeah.
statement for him, but actually, if
Mm.
you see, there must have been something wrong in his mouth. You know that's how we, I mean, this is just an example. A whole lot of us do it. We can never keep our head straight. It goes either to the right or to the left. So that, and when it turns that way, it will also turn the spine to that side, and more of it is associated with teeth. So I started working on it. I started speaking to the patients. So the kind of rapport that I shared with my patients, so they said, if it is not causing any harm, do it. I say, yes, I will
Hmm.
not cut your teeth. I will not cause any damage to your teeth, but I will work
Hmm.
on it. So it
Hmm.
actually, the entire thing that I did, I owe it to my patients. Because if it was
Hmm.
not for them, I wouldn't have been where I am today. You're giving me the credit of being country's first face and posture analyst. But without those patients having faith in me, I don't think it would have been ever possible. You know. So once I found out that the 5 to 6 years age is very critical, that's when the first molar teeth come in the mouth. I said, baby teeth lay the foundation for the permanent teeth. So baby teeth
Hmm.
normally we don't give any importance, right? We always think that anyway they're going to fall off. So why bother?
Hmm.
Or at the most, you get them filled or something like that. We care about the
Hmm.
permanent teeth because that's where they are going to stay. But always remember, if our Creator has given something to us, it has a significance. So when I
Hmm.
started working on those kids, I start taking kids at the age of 6. You won't believe, Priya, the magic I create. It's laying the foundation for their future, good health. One, you can prevent braces or you can minimize the duration of braces. So these are the things which I'm doing now, and most I enjoy doing is treating the children, because that's closest to my heart, is that's where I'm laying the foundation for their greater future. You won't believe, Priya, there are, if I say 10 patients out of 7 or 8 kids, okay, they have their airways compromised, and parents don't even know it. So when we have done a lot of kids, we have done the analysis and we have found that the kids are hyperactive or cranky, or if their grades are falling, it's not that because of the age is like that. A particular age child behaves in a particular way. It's not like that. It is because there is something going wrong in the system which you and I cannot identify, and we blame it on the age or their growing phase or the surrounding. So I
Okay.
worked on that, and I found out that there was a lot of behavioral change in them kids. And the age group that I treat, that is from 6 years of age to the 80 years. So a lot of people say 80 years. Why do you treat at 80 years? I think for me the age is a number. If you are
Hmm.
healthy, if you are willing to live well, I would love to give you that treatment. I have a 78-year-old gentleman, and I worked on his teeth. You won't believe, Priya, his legs straightened up for the first time. One of the leg was shorter than the other. When we fixed his jaw, the legs straightened up. So this is something, and I mean, I think it's almost 18 minutes. So let me tell you this. Like, if you think that do I know it all? I've been working for so many years. I would say no. What I know is just so many things unfolding in front of me every single day, and that is amazing. Every a human body is amazing. It's not just, it's a physical part of it. There's a lot of emotion part of it. There's a lot of brain, the way our brain behaves, like emotional quotient here, how our nervous system responds to stress.
Okay. We have lost Dr. Sanghmitra. Oh, what an insightful story, including her personal part of almost losing her husband to refining herself, refining her calling, and being the first facial posture analyst in the country. I really wanted to ask her a lot of questions. I hope she comes back. If not, then it's our bad. Okay, her internet has been giving her issues, so we will not take much of a time and we will probably just say bye bye as of now. So, inspiration from this particular lady who was actually well known in the circle again. Uh, Never say never. Never say have a yes. She's back. So I was just taking your thing. Okay, one last question, Dr. Sanghmitra. When you started something which is new,
Yes.
which you said your patients did help you, but
Yeah.
I'm sure there must be many naysayers also who would have been laughing at you, thinking, "What are you talking and what are you doing?" Anything when you start something new which doesn't have
You
a
know,
preset path.
yeah, but then you know what yes, I understand what you're telling me, but it so happened, it was the feedback from the patient which I did not know. Somebody would tell me that I'm sleeping better. Somebody would tell me that, my digestion is better. Those ringing sensation that I used to get is gone, or my
Right.
migraine is gone. So these were the feedback from the patient. Then when I realized that, I started documenting it. Now I have a data for more than 120 cases. So if somebody
Mm.
has to tell me that, I can showcase. I can show you one after the other cases. So in the beginning, if, as I said, this wouldn't have been possible if the patients didn't have faith. So my patients love me so much, Priya. I'm so fortunate that, even if I say that, this can be done, they say, as long as it's not causing harm, just go ahead. So that
Mm.
way, I mean, for lifelong, I wouldn't be facing challenges. I think I finished that quota in the beginning of my life itself, of all the hardship.
Yes.
Now it is just, I'm just life fishing.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a very good one. Yes, I finished the quota of challenges in the beginning. Yeah. So, what is that one inspiration, that
Yes,
one
I
thing that
think
you would
unless
want to
and
tell
until
the
life
women around you?
throws a challenge, I didn't get your question.
What is it that you would want to tell
It's
the
such a
young women
sad
around you?
network, I tell you.
The young women around
As a
you,
young woman,
one
what?
line for them. The young women around you, one line for them.
Oh, don't give up. No matter what the world tells you, follow your instinct. If you believe in it, just go for it. Just don't bother. And one thing I always like to tell women, we cling on to a lot of things. You have to learn to disassociate with the things. There's something called detachment in attachment. If you follow that, I tell you, you are sorted. Lot of time, I think it's a hang up within us. It's not that the society will throw all challenges at you, but if you listen to them, you will fall and you will never be able to get up, because that's what the society wants. But here, you should, you have to, if you believe in something, you should always follow your instinct. And I
Superb.
feel that I
Thank
believe in
you.
that universe will, listen to
Yes,
you, and
yes.
everything will fall
Listen
into
to
it.
you, and the universe conspires to make you a success. Thank you so much, Dr.
Absolutely, absolutely,
Sangamitra. It was a
absolutely.
pleasure speaking with you. Even with this slow network, your story was very, very, very mind-boggling, and the inspiration is hard-hitting and right, touching our hearts. So congratulations once again for
Thank
the award, and big hug and lots of love to you.
thank thank you so much.
All righty. Bye bye.
So can I, bye everybody, bye.